Well, you got guys fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, around that area. So, I mean, the two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with. Nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd. Like if I'm on my game. Skill-wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody.
Floyd Mayweather recently explained why Gervonta Tank Davis could struggle against Shakur Stevenson. Floyd suggested that Shakur is the best fighter in the division, pointing to his elite defense, sharp timing, and ring intelligence as the tools needed to outclass Tank in a head-to-head matchup.
You and Tank is a fight that should happen. It absolutely should happen. And I believe it will. I mean, you guys are both in charge of your career. I think it's a good style matchup. Like you said, the networks are out of the way. The promoters are out of the way. He's flexible, you're flexible. I don't see why it wouldn't happen.
It's the best versus the best.
Absolutely right.
Let's make best fight in boxing happen.
And when you guys meet, how does that fight play out?
I ain't gonna give you no games.
You think I'm going to jump on the phone with Tank right after?
No, I would tell you this. I'm going to come out victorious.
Okay, yeah.
Stevenson has also made it clear that he is fully confident heading into a potential fight with Gervonta Davis, even suggesting he has everything needed to dominate the matchup and prove he is the superior fighter.
And debates are taking place about Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis fighting in September.
Many analysts now believe the long-awaited clash between Tank Davis and Stevenson is finally moving closer to reality, with reports claiming talks are gaining momentum. Some insiders believe the mega fight could happen in September, depending on final negotiations and scheduling.
Very confident. I know that Tank tired of me talking, so if he tired of me talking, shut me up. So
he won't even say your name. I hear he won't even say your name.
Yeah, he won't even say my name right now. So I mean, let him come shut me up. Let's see what he really want to do. I mean, I think he's confident in his abilities. I'm very confident in my abilities. So it gotta happen. It's the biggest fight in all the sports. Like, I think that's the Super Bowl right there.
I could not agree more with you. How do you think it would go? Do you put him down? Do you beat him on the cards? How do you think it would wind up?
I ain't gonna say my game plan. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I know he's strategizing already. I'm strategizing, and I'm very focused. Like I'm so focused right now. People don't understand how I feel. So all I'm thinking about is boxing. All that's on my mind is boxing.
Shakur called it the biggest fight in boxing, saying the matchup would define the sport and attract massive attention from fans around the world.
Seems like people want to see you and Devin fight, and do that soon.
I think both fights is the fights. I think both fights is great fights. Honestly, I think me and Tank is like a bigger fight, but I think me and Dev is like the fight where I can establish who I am.
In a previous interview with TMZ, Stevenson made it clear that a clash with Tank Davis is a bigger fight than facing Devin Haney, saying it carries more hype and greater significance in boxing. He believes a showdown with Tank would define greatness and stands as the most important bout in the lightweight division.
As though I appreciate them guys. I appreciate them. I really don't even look at them like how everybody else look at them. I look at them
friends.
Yeah, like it's like cool people.
What's the sort of last couple from me? What's the sort of best bit of advice you give? You've obviously got so many people you can call. You're in a very fortunate position like that. You've got a strong team. What's the sort of best bit of advice he's given you in this game?
A lot of advice he would give me is like boxing related, and he always been showing me like little tricks and little things that I could take with me. And that's why I feel heavy, because a lot of people be hating on him, but they don't understand he's really like a real dude. And you know what's even crazier? A lot of people be seeing him like when he around, he come with like 15, 16 people. I swear he had to be at the gym with like 2 or 3 people. Chilling, it was a normal vibe for him. It was regular, it was comfortable, and I think that side of Floyd, I think that's the side that I like.
Everyone's got from London, so We don't need to go to the fight too much. We'll be out there in Saudi Arabia and catch up further.
Stevenson has shown appreciation for Floyd Mayweather supporting him, emphasizing that their relationship goes far beyond boxing. He does not just view Floyd as a legend, but also as a genuine friend and mentor. Stevenson has often spoken about admiring Mayweather and learning from his experience, which has helped him grow both inside and outside the ring.
Who are the guy that beats Gervonta, in your opinion?
Oh, it's a tough one because Tank carries a punch, but you gotta if you're gonna knock somebody out, you gotta first hit him. And Shakur is very difficult to hit. He's always a step away. Shakur. What can I say? People saw the fight. I gave my best, and try to land those shots is not easy. And even if you land those shots, it's in a defensive way where he's kind of backing up and you can't give.
Oscar Valdez, the WBC Super Featherweight World Champion, has shared his thoughts on potential matchups. While he believes Shakur Stevenson has the skills to defeat Gervonta Davis, he ultimately leans toward Davis as the more dangerous and formidable opponent.
Stevenson he's just not a big star, but he can be a big star if he fights somebody like Gervonta Davis. That's the ticket for him right there, is the fight between him and the guy that's the most popular guy in that weight class, or anybody below Canelo Alvarez.
A fight between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson could turn Shakur into a megastar overnight, instantly raising his global profile and fan base. A victory over Tank would cement his place among boxing's elite, bringing huge attention, pay-per-view success, and mainstream recognition worldwide.
Now, so let me bridge into this conversation why I think this fight can happen. Because these guys' backing is gone. I mean, look at the people that have been really supporting and truly supporting behind the media push in boxing, behind a lot of the fights and a lot of the stuff over the last 10 years. It's Daniel Kinahan, the international crime boss, and his front man, my personal opinion, his front man, Turki Al-Sheikh, who put an aura of legitimacy around the actions of Daniel Kinahan, right? So now you see, but what happened to these guys? They're gone. They're gone. Daniel Kinahan got arrested after Mohammed bin Salman now says that he's going to be pulling his money from sports, coincidentally, right? Coincidentally, the big money launderer, the big arms dealer, the big DRUG dealer gets arrested right around the same time that these guys say, "No, I don't think we can put this money through sport."
Many analysts believe the fight is finally getting closer because several of the old promotional and political barriers that once delayed major matchups in boxing are reportedly no longer standing in the way.
Certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, "Oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that," just to detour people from being excited to see him fight, because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff. But they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Buck Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, punch placement, the react time. I can go on.
Terrence Crawford has openly praised Shakur Stevenson for his exceptional skill set, highlighting his unique style, defensive brilliance, and elite boxing IQ. Crawford has even suggested that Stevenson is so technically advanced that many fighters are hesitant to face him. He described Shakur as special, with a style unlike anyone else, making him extremely difficult to figure out. Crawford says Stevenson's defense, movement, and precision make him a high-risk opponent with little reward for many fighters.
Would you say number two, not fight Shakur?
Yeah, he's saying he'll never fight Shakur, that he ain't gonna do him no favors, that he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean? That's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch to Lamont for the game. But you owe Shakur for the game just because of the two style matchups. You know what I mean? But if you feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur. And if he's standing on it, like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors. All right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally. You know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight? Hell yeah, I would.
Greg Hackett has stirred debate by discussing the real reasons why Gervonta Davis has yet to face Shakur Stevenson, pushing back against the simple ducking narrative. According to Hackett, the situation is more complex and tied to boxing politics, timing, and business decisions rather than fear alone. He suggested that Davis has been focused on high-revenue opportunities, including crossover events like the proposed Jake Paul fight, which many viewed as a lucrative spectacle rather than a competitive necessity. Hackett explained that promotional issues, network alignments, and career strategy often delay elite matchups, even when fans demand them. He believes both fighters are on separate financial and professional paths, which has slowed negotiations. His view highlights how modern boxing is driven just as much by business as it is by competition.
Mary Tank, disrespectful to the sport if he chooses that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. And he called cap on it. So if you won't call cap and say, I'm not who I say I am, come prove it. I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his...
For years, fans have been clamoring for a Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson showdown, calling it one of the biggest and most anticipated fights that can be made in boxing. It is a clash between a devastating power puncher known for explosive knockouts and a slick technician praised for elite defense and ring IQ. Shakur himself has openly called for the fight on numerous occasions, even saying he would put other opponents on hold if Davis agreed to face him next, showing just how badly he wants the matchup to finally happen.
Obviously, you are a student of boxing. You love this sport. And when you hear this today on social media or wherever you happen to get the news, were you like, what? Like, can that actually be, man?
Nah, I'm not shocked. I mean, his last fight when he fought Lamont, Jake Paul was at the fight. He told y'all he was going to fight somebody like Jake Paul. So I'm not shocked. It don't surprise me. So,
you know, Shakur, Jake, when he fought Mike Tyson, he was 227 pounds. He was 199 and like 199 point something his last fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He hasn't been only boxing for a couple of years. He's 12-1. Tank Davis obviously been boxing his whole life. He's 30-0-1. He's knocked everybody out except for 3 opponents in his life. But at what point does size matter so much, though, where it can't be overcome, Shakur? And is it in this case here, when you've got what is like a 70-pound difference between these two guys?
I mean, size will play some part of the fight, but if I'm thinking like I'm Tank, I'm probably just gonna go out there and try to outbox him and use my knowledge and IQ against him. So I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy.
Is there any way any realistic or legitimate way in your mind you could see Jake Paul winning a fight against Tank?
No.
No way.
When Davis announced a fight with Jake Paul, which was later canceled, many boxing fans reacted with disappointment and criticism. They argued that he had chosen a safer, more commercially driven spectacle instead of facing elite competition like Shakur Stevenson. Across social media, fans claimed the move looked like a deliberate step away from the high-risk, high-reward matchup the boxing world had been demanding. Critics pointed out that the Paul fight offered a huge payday with far less sporting danger, fueling accusations that Tank was prioritizing money over legacy. Many also referenced his history of not directly calling out Stevenson or seriously pursuing negotiations, suggesting a pattern of avoidance.
Boxing fans aren't happy with the fact you've taken this fight rather than the Rhodes rematch, fights with the likes of Shakur, Devin Haney, Teofimo, etc. What do you make of that reaction? Can we still expect to see those fights?
Why should I care what they think? When y'all switch somebody can have a bad day and y'all switching on who y'all favorite fighter is or who this person is supposed to fight. Like y'all need to sit back and be fans and just enjoy the sport. Like y'all even talk about people's personal lives. Like why when it come to that?
Can we still expect to see any of those fights in the future though?
And y'all keep talking about fighting somebody. Didn't he just have a fight? And what happened? What happened? He won, right? But how you look in it? Exactly. But y'all say some different shit when it's me, right? Cause y'all want me to lose. When y'all see people in that limelight too long, they want to take that they want somebody else to come take that spot. That's why it's always like, come on, bro. That's what happened with Floyd. Y'all seen him too much, and once y'all seen him so much, y'all start hating on him. Like, it turned from love to...
However, at the time, Davis made it clear that he was unfazed by the growing criticism surrounding his decision to fight Jake Paul. At a press event promoting the matchup, he dismissed negative fan reactions, saying he does not pay attention to shifting opinions in boxing or social media. Davis emphasized that fans constantly change their views depending on outcomes, and that he refuses to let outside noise influence his career choices. He told critics to sit back, enjoy the sport, and stop worrying about his decisions. Although the fight was eventually canceled, his comments sparked even more debate, with supporters praising his confidence while critics accused him of avoiding tougher challenges. Despite the backlash, Tank remained firm, focusing on business opportunities and major paydays rather than public approval.
In your head, when are we gonna see the Shakur Tanks, the Shakur Devin, the Devin Tanks?
There's only one fight that is really
the one.
That, like, if we were like gonna be for real about it, like,
keep it on. What's
like,
the fight?
My opinion, because we talking about like skill and like boxing, like all around boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because we ain't talking about somebody that just got a good jab or what.
Yeah.
We talking about like all around.
Can do everything.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah.
Me and Tank the biggest fight.
That's the one.
It's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens.
Y'all, what you think? Like 147, 140?
Nah, hell no.
135?
35, 40, I don't know. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
Yeah. I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract.
So the question still remains, will boxing finally give the fans what they have been waiting for? Gervonta Tank Davis, the explosive knockout artist with superstar appeal, against Shakur Stevenson, the master technician many believe is the most skilled fighter in the sport today. It is power versus precision, aggression versus intelligence, and two undefeated stars with everything to prove. A fight like this would not just crown the king of the division, it could define an era of boxing. For now, the world can only debate, speculate, and wait. But if this showdown ever becomes reality, expect fireworks, drama, and a night fans will never forget.